Empathy, the action of understanding, being aware of being sensitive to and vicariously experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and experiences of another. That is the Webster's definition of the word empathy. The reason why I bring this up is because in America right now, we have a gross problem of a lack of empathy. It's the empathy problem. We, for whatever reason, have this issue of not being able to understand one another, or more really care at all. We don't care. We don't care about one another. We don't care about one another's circumstances. And this is coming from a personal standpoint because I've done so many videos about this. And even I am guilty of trying to appeal to people's humanity. An appeal to humanity is me literally just trying to tug at your heartstrings saying, listen, this person that was deported without due process, that could be you. That could be your mom. That could be your brother or your kids. And then the response from people being like, I don't care. Get that brown person out of here. That my mind is blown. And the reason why I bring this up is because over the last couple of days, I've been seeing a lot of discourse, and I know I need to talk about Mehdi Hassan debating 20 fascists. I know I'm gonna get to that because that also brings me to this discussion. And also the man versus bear debate. I saw a clip of that, and I didn't get an opportunity to talk about it, but I'm bringing it up now because that highlighted another issue of us trying to help men understand why women were choosing the bear. Women were choosing the bear because of the very real problem of violence against women perpetrated by men. So, in the response from men was abhorrent. It was terrible. So it's like we have a very real issue, right? Of trying to get people to understand a problem that they just don't care about because it doesn't impact them. It's straight up selfishness. It is a empathy problem. I had to cut myself off in the last clip because I almost forgot. So, for those of you who don't know, you may not have heard the word empathy. I know a lot of you have heard of sympathy. These are interchangeable, nearly interchangeable. They both refer to caring response to the emotional state of another person. So you see the emotional state of another person, right? You say, "Whoa, that person's crying. Let me go figure out if I can help because I don't want to see you crying because I know that it hurts when I'm crying. I know it would make me feel sad. Let me go see if I can help them. Because it would make me feel good to make them feel better, not cry no more." That is the referring to a caring response to seeing the emotional state of another person. And it's a distinction between them that's made. While sympathy is feeling a sincere concern for someone who's experiencing something difficult or painful, empathy involves actively sharing in the emotional experience of another person. So that's why I say they're nearly interchangeable. One is like a sympathetic response, which is often associated with something negative. So they'll be like, oh, this person hurt their leg. I feel sympathy for them because I know it hurts when I hurt my leg. But empathy doesn't always have to be negative. It is just being like, oh man, I understand. Moving is difficult. That's a very chaotic process. And I know you're stressed out. I empathize with that. You don't necessarily feel bad for them, but I can understand you. We have a very huge issue right now with people who, for whatever reason, and like I said, this isn't something that I'm currently experiencing. I've experienced it on my channel, on my page. If you haven't seen my comments, go check my YouTube, go check my TikTok. See people in the comment section literally saying, I don't care. I don't care that this person was deported. I don't care about these other people that are being hurt. I don't care about people being arrested. I don't care about free speech being violated. I don't care about due process being violated. I don't care about none of that because I'm winning, because I'm up. It is a empathy problem. People don't care about one another. I don't really know exactly what to do about it. I don't really know exactly, what we can do to really fix it, because it's not something I think you can just fix. But I felt the need to really come and talk about it because it's been on my mind heavily lately about why do I need to come to you as a person, right? Why do I need to come to you as a man to man? We're talking about this man and bear and woman with bear kind of thing, man versus bear debate. Why do I have to come to you as a man and say, if this woman has experienced violence from men in her life that would lead her to be afraid of men or wary of men, why do I have to explain to you why that would be so. Why do I have to come to you and say, man, listen, that could have been your sister. That could have been your mom or your daughter. Why do I have to do that to you to get you to care? You should already care by default. We have a problem with people's humanity. They don't have much humanity. I don't know if they lost it. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if they misplaced it or if they just forgot about it. We right now we have a problem with people who genuinely just don't care about one another. They don't care about who is hurt, because as long as other people who are disconnected from them, who they can find justifications for as to why they should be hurt, then they're cool because they're not being hurt. Why should they care?
If
This
that
should explain
autocrat
it.
kills you and your family, you're fine with that.
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because
How do you
that's
Listen, I know that I said I was going to rant for a little while, but like I said, this has been something that's been bothering me a lot lately. And I mean, people like that, they'll say stuff like that. They're like, I'm not going to be part of the group that they kill. I'm not like, this is crazy, y'all. I mean, it's not a matter of just like us appealing to humanity anymore, because there's no humanity to appeal to. These are genuinely evil people. They're actually pure evil. There's no other way to describe it.